Welcome to StarWatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. What keeps a star shining when the spotlight moves on? Tonight, we go beyond headlines and hashtags. Inspired by a question raised by Caixin's editor-in-chief, Hu Shuli, how long can billionaire Wang Yibo stay famous? We'll explore the craft, the commerce, and the character behind one of Asia's most watched names. Stay with us because the real story isn't about fame. It's about staying power. Lower third. StarWatch Now, thoughtful stories about stars who shape culture. Every generation in the entertainment world produces its icons, but few manage to transcend the noise of fleeting popularity to become something larger. Symbols of discipline, grace, and endurance. Wang Yibo's name has appeared on billboards, trending charts, and film credits across Asia. But beyond the glitter lies a quieter question. What truly sustains a career when the initial wave of fame begins to ebb? When journalist Hu Shuli of Caixin posed this question, how long can a billionaire idol remain loved? She was not doubting his achievements. She was challenging us to consider the difference between attention and legacy. To understand Wang Yibo's path, one must look past his polished image and into the steady rhythm of his work. Behind every polished performance lies an invisible accumulation of hours. Long days on set, choreography rehearsed until dawn, lines repeated until they breathe naturally. His story is not one of overnight transformation but of deliberate evolution. From a shy trainee in a foreign country to a performer capable of carrying major box office titles on his shoulders. In that journey, he embodies something universal, the human pursuit of mastery, the refusal to let comfort dull ambition. In the modern industry, fame is engineered by algorithms and magnified by screens, yet it fades faster than ever. What remains constant is integrity, the quiet professionalism that cannot be faked or purchased. It is there, in those moments between takes and behind the camera, that a performer's future is written. Hu Shuli's perspective reminds audiences that true recognition is not measured by social media spikes, but by the respect of colleagues and the loyalty of viewers who grow with the artist through time. Wang Yibo's evolution, then, represents more than personal triumph. It mirrors the shifting standards of modern stardom itself. His persistence signals a return to substance, to an artistry defined by patience, precision, and genuine curiosity. Whether his fame endures for 10 years or 50 may matter less than the example he sets. That the pursuit of excellence, carried out with humility and purpose, is its own form of success. In a culture that often confuses attention with achievement, perhaps that is the lesson Hu Shuli wanted us to hear, the reminder that lasting brilliance is never loud. It is quietly, relentlessly earned. The transformation from idol to actor is rarely a smooth passage. It is a test of humility, endurance, and an artist's willingness to be stripped of applause in exchange for growth. For Wang Yibo, this shift was not a sudden reinvention but a gradual unlearning, an acceptance that fame offers exposure, but craft demands vulnerability. When the lights dim and the cameras stop rolling, what remains is the discipline to begin again, to rebuild from the quiet foundation of practice. It is there, in the repetition of scenes and the weight of expectation, that an entertainer becomes an artist. Wang Yibo's journey reflects that truth with striking clarity. Once celebrated primarily for his charm and precision on stage, he faced the harsh scrutiny that greets every performer who dares to leave the comfort of certainty. The transition required him to silence the noise of approval and listen instead to the subtler voice of the craft. The instinct that tells you when a line lacks truth, when a gesture needs honesty, when emotion must lead technique. To many, acting appears effortless. Yet the art lies in erasing the effort. What audiences now see as natural presence was built through endless retakes, patient guidance from directors, and a quiet obsession with detail that no fan camera ever captures. He learned that a scene's success is not found in grandeur but in stillness, the breath between words, the hesitation in a look, the courage to simply be rather than perform. In The King of the Sky, his portrayal revealed a new layer of awareness, as if the years of movement and rhythm from his dance career had found their echo in emotional timing. That film marked not the end of his evolution, but the beginning of artistic maturity. A recognition that mastery is not perfection but persistence. True craft, in the end, is invisible. It is the discipline to fail privately and return stronger, to polish what others never see. For Wang Yibo, fame may have opened doors, but it is his quiet devotion to the work that keeps them open. His story reminds us that artistry is not measured by volume or velocity, but by sincerity, the steady heartbeat of someone who still believes that the next scene can be better than the last. Fame tests a person in ways that talent alone never can. It exposes not just skill but character, the choices made when the cameras stop, the tone carried in silence, the way one treats those who cannot offer anything in return. For Wang Yibo, conduct has become the quiet cornerstone of his longevity, the unseen rhythm guiding his public and private life. In an age when visibility is often mistaken for virtue, he seems to understand that the way you carry the spotlight matters as much as how brightly it shines. When every gesture can be magnified, restraint becomes a form of strength. Wang Yibo's reputation for calm professionalism has grown not from grand statements, but from consistency. Arriving early, learning names, thanking crews who rarely appear in credits. These are not performative acts, but reflections of a deeper ethic. Respect for the work and those who make it possible. True dignity in fame is not about distance or mystique. It is about steadiness, the refusal to let praise inflate or criticism diminish one's center. The world he moves in is saturated with noise, scandals, algorithms, relentless comparison, but his response has been silence that feels intentional, not indifferent. There is power in not reacting, in allowing time and truth to do their work. That restraint earns trust, not only from audiences but from collaborators who seek reliability in a landscape that changes by the hour. His humility has become its own signature, subtle but unmistakable. Conduct also extends to leadership. The younger generation of artists who grew up watching him see not arrogance, but example. A reminder that professionalism is not old-fashioned, it is timeless. To credit a sound engineer, to defend a co-star under pressure, to speak only when words add value. These small actions build a legacy sturdier than any trophy. Fame, after all, is not the light itself but the mirror that reflects who a person already is. Wang Yibo's enduring appeal lies in that reflection. Disciplined, courteous, quietly resolute. In the volatile theater of celebrity, his composure feels almost radical, a statement that integrity can coexist with success. The spotlight may shift, but grace under it remains the truest measure of a star. Attention is a currency. Community is the investment. If you want a legacy, build something that survives the weekend trend cycle. New, not yet spotlighted initiatives, imaginative but brand safe. Road safe youth clinics. Weekend workshops with accredited instructors. Helmet fitting, basic track etiquette, reaction drills. Bridging his writing passion with public good. Film literacy circles. Partner with libraries and universities to host intergenerational screenings, spotlighting editors, sound designers, and subtitlers. This deepens his relationship with global audiences, from Seoul to Sydney and Paris to Manila. Green Set Pledge, champion low-waste productions, battery-powered generators, wardrobe recycling, water refill protocols, then publish annual progress. Many viewers 35 to 75 care about environmental stewardship. Scholarships for technical arts, grants for continuity supervisors, ADR engineers, armorers, and dialect coaches, roles older audiences find fascinating once explained. When stars build ladders for others, the audience senses purpose and keeps watching for more than glamour. Box office figures and streaming peaks are snapshots, not biographies. They're useful but not definitive. What persuades directors over a decade is steady improvement. What persuades audiences is the feeling that a performer respects their time. Even the fairest critique can coexist with admiration when the work shows growth. If the question is, how long can he stay famous? The reply is, as long as the work stays honest, and the choices stay interesting. On screen, balanced graphic, noise versus signal, trend versus trajectory. So what will decide the next chapter? 3 tests, quietly decisive. Role selection. Projects that stretch register, quiet character pieces between large-scale titles to broaden emotional range. Collaborative courage, working under directors who aren't obvious choices, including international co-productions with strong editors and sound teams, where the performance must hold in close-up. Time management, ring-fenced rehearsal time, vocal and movement coaching, and scheduled recovery, treating artistry like an athlete treats training. Past these, and the brand becomes biography. Fame stops being a question and becomes a consequence. Hu Shuli's prompt isn't a provocation. It's an invitation to think bigger than viral moments. The better question is this: what does it take to turn visibility into value and value into virtue? For some performers, the answer is noise. For lasting performers, the answer is work. Quiet, repeated, respectful work. On screen, slow montage, rehearsal clips, charity ideas, table reads, smiling crews. If you enjoyed this thoughtful dive, do consider subscribing to StarWatch Now. We make calm, well-researched stories for viewers who value craft and character over hype. Thank you for watching wherever you are in the United States, Korea, Japan, Thailand, Singapore, the Philippines, Australia, France, Canada, Indonesia, or across Europe. Hit subscribe, tap the bell for our next premiere, and share this with someone who loves cinema made with care. See you soon.